But first is Vault. 57 seconds of this.
Hardest part of the game.
Hardest part of the game. There is a rule. There's a save you can use to start and last 3 seconds of Vault, which a lot of players choose to run with because it makes grinding significantly less annoying. But not for the tournament.
Yeah, for the tournament we have to see the whole thing.
Also, it's important to note we're using in-game time.
Yeah.
So these splits are going to change. They're going to pause, and they're going to get out of sync depending on loads.
Because load times are consistent between the different computers. We just cut them out so that no one with a faster computer gets the advantage. Because there's going to be a lot of loading time in this.
Also important to note is the movement. Right out the gate, you're going to see them, once the portal opens, they're going to turn around and start jumping. That's called ABH, or accelerated back hopping, which is the form movement in this game. They try to patch up bunny hopping by giving you negative speed when you go too fast, but negative speed translates to speed backwards. They're very quickly getting speed backwards here. They're actually going to go for button save glitch here, if you want to explain that one.
Well, LamboLord, meanwhile, messes up the cube throw.
Yep.
That's an oof. Yeah, button save glitch is essentially you take a radio from the vault, and as you're stepping off the button, you're holding your radio in front of yourself, and save load at tick-perfect intervals. And this will make the game run physics calculations, but the game won't have time to check whether you've actually stepped off the button or not. And then the button just stays pressed down because the game never actually got that impulse. Yeah, that you've now stepped off the button. Lambo's trying his very own method of doing this.
The one that Zeta did in OO is about 1 second over the cube throw. The one in 01 that Lambo's going for here and that Zeta already got saves about 15 seconds-ish.
Yeah.
Something like that.
15.
Because the portal cycle. Lambo starting off very behind due to that.
Yeah, it took him a lot of tries to get that button save glitch.
It did. But then Zeta here is about to get his portal gun and show us why this game is broken. Using save glitch. So save glitch
let's just wait to explain it until after they've done it.
Until you see it.
Just watch this, okay?
And safe load. Shoot under the elevator here. Do this very precise jump shot. Not precise, but kind of difficult strafe. And then he makes it skipping the elevator from 02 to 03.
So what they've done is they've safe loaded while they've been up against the edge of a portal. This activates a safe glitch, where in layman's terms, your camera gets separated from your body. Camera's what you see, body's where you shoot from. Yep. So
Lambo went for what's called upshot, which allows you to skip this first Pika portal in 03, but he misses it, so he goes for the normal one. And this fails the Pika portal, so not off to a great start for Lambo.
Looks like one of my runs.
Looks like one of my runs. So we see Zeta a pretty good bit ahead here. Zeta got save glitch in 04, allowing him to walk through the door. He's going to preserve that through the elevator in 05 to walk through that door. Due to the game miscalculation of where your body and camera are, it allows you to walk through the door.
Are we going to see the newest strat in the game?
Yeah, it looks like it.
This is the newest strat in the game. It saves like 1 second.
I think barely through the second, yeah.
It's just in front of elevator strats.
Mm-hmm. So Zeta still got a save glitch there at the end of a 5. He's going to wait for, I think, a specific coordinate, then jump out of the elevator enough to...
Oh, he gets it.
Yep. Saves a tiny bit of time for the elevator door to open. Allows you to skip the cycle on the orb, although he does miss that, so ends up probably going even. And then you're going to see 07 from Zeta's quick fling here. 6-7, other than that new save glitch strat, is the same in glitchless as well as inbounds. No fancy tricks or anything here, just a couple quick flings.
Out of bounds has the seam shot, obviously.
Yep, out of bounds. Very different in pretty much every way.
Out of bounds is silly.
Lambo you saw actually not going for the save glitch at 15.
And he was the one who discovered it, actually.
Yeah, he was. Zeta looks like he's ahead of PB, actually. I didn't see the splits turn red. Yes, ABH over Goo.
Like that is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. He is staying hydrated.
Saving about 3 seconds or so for the jump.
Something like that.
Something like that. Pretty difficult strafes here. I have to get pretty good ABHs to get over the landing platform and then get back onto the end platform. Oh, 9, shoot the portal under the door. If you pretty much shoot it anywhere not directly in the center, the door will close and leave the portal there. If you shoot it directly in the center, the game will actually realize it and break your portal, but it's very easy to get it to stay. I'm actually failing ABH over gear a couple times. Still going for it though. Does get it, I think, third try. Zeta's on a pretty good run.
Yeah, this is what we like to see. This is worthy of finals. Oh, we need to door launch. Oh, not from Zeta.
With tick perfect AFHs there, you can slope off the door and get enough speed to go right to the end platform, saving about 7 seconds.
Up to 7 seconds. On the right side, Lambo actually shot the portal just in the right place that it got fizzled.
Yep. Lambo having a lot of trouble this run, for sure.
He's afraid of beating Zeta.
Honestly.
I mean, no, his predictions, his prediction on the thing was for Zeta, actually.
Really? Oh, that's it. He's throwing first predictions.
Yeah. Because if Zeta wins, then he wins the predictions as well.
Zeta has to realign that portal there for the save glitch. Does line up. This is one of the strats that was found since the tournament started. Just saying, save glitch. Pretty quick, right to the end. Not a great chamber there, 11-12 from Zeta, but not that bad.
Still faster than me. Welcome to how many times can I make fun of my PB?
A lot. 13 save glitch here, so it's about 1 second over the legacy route with a cube throw.
Yeah. Not even 1 second. He already messed it up.
Though. So
he misses it, so lost time over legacy.
Lost time over it.
It's personal preference what you do, really. Both are very easy to lose time on.
Yep. The save glitch, a lot of times the issue with the save glitch is you don't get stuck on the portal. You can just walk right past it. 14 here, the shortest puzzle in the game for the speedrun.
I tried to reportal, just not quite enough height there.
Not quite, yep. Has to go for backup, not too bad, but losing time at 14 is always unfortunate. See that happen.
8 seconds to having it 8 seconds to the elevator instead of 3 or something. Or 4.
The only reason 14 is not the shortest map in the game is because 19 doesn't have an elevator. Zeta going for the early save glitch here. I assume Lambo's going for that as well. I believe
the early save glitch was found later, obviously. Consistent naming.
Both I'm going to go for this fast ending, I assume. Lambo's practicing earlier. Zeta does get it. Pretty hard to pull that off. You have to get a good AFH off of falling down there and get right to the elevator. Saves a tiny bit of time.
Are we calling that the icy ending?
It was Icy who did it.
Icy was the first who I saw.
That's funny. Shout out to Icy, Girl Gamer 420.
Super bitch. Speak friend.
So, if you're watching Zeta's screen, if you played this game, you know that the turrets in 16 will actually activate the buttons in this chamber. However, there's only one cube in chamber 17, the next one, the companion cube. And we don't want to wait for it, we don't want to lug it around, so what we're going to do, what he does is he preserves the turret under the elevator while on a save glitch state. And that turret will be able to activate the button at the very end of the chamber. He's going to use the save glitch state to skip right to that button. With a pretty difficult jump here. Does get a first try. Although it does not get the turret, that portal is not in the right place, it seems. Has to go down here and grab the turret. Maybe? The turret fell through. This is probably the most difficult trick in the game.
It is.
Full turret preserve, and he got the turret preserve quickly, and then didn't have a great 17. It does get a button glitch. Button save glitch first try.
Yeah, it turns out you can also do button save glitch with props, not just with yourself.
Yep. So losing time for sure, but still not that bad. Still ahead of Lambo by a whole chamber. Although Lambo is catching up, it seems. He has a good 17. That can definitely be beneficial.
It's actually interesting to see that their timers are still very much synchronized.
Yeah, they always have pretty similar loads, and they've been loading similar amount of times. Zeta going for a save glitch here in 18. Pretty straightforward. Does get it. Have to wait for GLaDOS dialogue, so.
Yeah, there's several times in the run we have to wait for GLaDOS dialogue.
Yep. And then 19, which is actually the shortest gold in the game, at least. I'm going for a different 18 strat here. There's a few different save glitches. In 18, they're all about the same amount of time. It's just preference.
Yeah, see, this is why you do ATX setup. Couldn't find a shot there.
So Zeta does what's called lag, which is large angle glitch. It's similar to long warp. It involves getting stuck in the ceiling and the game tries to push you out, gets you to a new location. He does that once, he can do it again here. He's a little bit too far to the left. Has to.
That's out of bounds, so he has to reload.
Yep. And also it's not very helpful anyways. There you go, does finish second try. That's called double lag. Makes Chamber 19 very short. This is another one of the newest strats, is the EO save glitch here.
It's like a month old or two, I think.
And there was an older one that saved about a second over the legacy route, and this one saves like 5, I think.
Yeah, and the older save glitch was even harder.
Yeah.
And longer.
Mm-hmm.
This one involves
shooting
your save glitch bottle twice while falling. Gets it there.
Does get it though. Lambo is
he's no longer green.
He's not in the green now. He's been the red for a bit, unfortunately. EO1 save glitch here. A very difficult save glitch actually. Very easy to mess this up. You see a lot of runners actually have a different setup. It's definitely easy to mess the save glitch up.
We've seen runs start to this.
Yeah, for sure. Just to get some very weird spot, has to portal his way over. Does get into load trigger eventually. We're going to see from Zeta some AAGs, which is the same thing as LAGs, except with an acute angle.
Adorable angle glitch.
Adorable angle glitch.
Doesn't get door
does get it. Doesn't get door trolled, yep. I think if you shoot your portals too fast, I believe you get door trolled.
Yeah, you have like a 4-tick window to shoot. If you shoot in the first 2 ticks, the game will think you're stuck inside that little room and it will open the door.
So then Zeta using the turret there to shoot the chorus off GLaDOS. GLaDOS has a set amount of HP, so you can use the turret instead of the rockets to knock the chorus off. Significantly faster. The GLaDOS fight is one of the big complaints about glitchless, because it's so slow.
Yeah, just using a turret is the biggest time save in the game.
Yeah. Zeta cannot get that shot under the turret. Core falls through and finishes with 11:37.
That is what we like to see.
So that is game 1 to Zeta, if you want to click that.
I do want to click that. I am going to click
so don't click it twice.
I think
Lambo finished at 11:54.
So it's still sub 12?
Still sub 12, yeah. Especially after that not so great start from Lambo. He definitely made up time.
I need to look at my Discord because someone told me my save is bad.
Like both players are ready. So if we're going to... Cool, looks like we're ready for next racing series then. Okay, I'll count them down. So we count them down. Let's wait for it to catch up. And we'll get into game 2. So we saw Zeta had a much stronger early game than Lambo, being ahead up through, I think 13 probably. I don't remember where he went red, but a very strong early game, whereas Lambo had a much stronger late game. So if we can see them both have good early and late games, that'd be great.
I kind of want to see the 2-0 from Zeta for the underdog.
That would be exciting too, to see the 2-0 from the underdog. I think I put Lambo winning winner's bracket actually in my predictions. I don't remember, it's been a while.
I put Jonah, I was wrong.
A little bit. Where are the sub 11 runs? That's a great question.
Sub 11 runs probably not on stream.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's only possible with WOD save, you know.
It's WOD save. I mean, you're right. With WOD save, that would have been we're record 53 seconds off.
Yeah, just do WOD save and then use game time. I mean real time.
There we go. Yeah, I think Lambo got a sub 11. That sounds familiar. See it again, toilet swoosh. So Zeta is
Immediately
destined to
wins
win
the
the race.
game.
Pretty much.
Immediately wins the game.
Oh, looks like Lambo got it too, so it is back to even. Just anyone's game. So again, we're going to see Zeta doing button save glitch with an 01. A lot of runners don't do it because the timing for 01 or 00 and 01 is different for BSG.
For some reason, it's the same map.
Yeah, a lot of players just don't bother because it saves a second if you get it good, which is difficult.
Though I do vote that we rename the save glitch to Prop Rubby.
I can agree with that.
And also the out of bounds thing to skip 001.
Lambo going for the same BSG setup, even though it did not work out very well from last time. Zeta going for all reliable and does get it. Really good timing going to that portal too. JBH to the end.
I think Lambo's the only one who does this jumping strat to do BSG.
I haven't seen it for anyone else. Yeah, something interesting about BSG is it's hard to find a tutorial for it because it's so different for every computer.
Yeah.
It depends on...
It depends on the loading times.
And even I've seen, even between sessions, it could change a little bit. So you just have to get used to it and figure it out.
Yeah, you can't really predict what your loading times are going to be, and you have to take perfect loads to get it, so...
Yep. We saw Lambo struggled a bit with 02. At least he failed upshot, so let's see if he goes for that again or if he's going to go straight for the normal route.
What's upshot? Not much, was that with you?
He does go for it again and falls out of bounds again.
That's out of bounds.
That is out of bounds as a reload. May he go for it again? He is. You have to get some good speed there, because otherwise you'll fall out of bounds by not making it close enough to the portal. The portal's like a safe space. If you get close to it, then it'll hold you. Zeta getting a gap jump, saving like a small amount of time, but getting a lot of swag. Although not getting save glitch, which loses swag. Unfortunate. So you'll see actually Zeta's timer is a little bit ahead due to him doing 2 BSGs.
But only like 2 seconds.
Yeah, only like a couple seconds.
Some fast loading times.
Yeah.
He's not getting the cube at the end of 05.
He's not. He is instead going for just doing save glitch. Making sure he has his time.
A 1 second time save is going to make the difference.
For sure. Hopefully he can get the cycle this time and show the true speed of this route. It is funny Lambo isn't going for it because he's the one who found it.
Whoa, misses the shot there.
And then gets hit by the orb. Does not miss the orb. Unfortunate. He used to that happen.
If you hit the shot, you would have gotten it.
Yeah. Lambo's no problem though. So Zeta's still a little bit ahead, but not too much. Obviously,
still fleeing on 7.
Yep. 6-7 is usually pretty easy. Don't see a whole lot of mistakes with those. Although, obviously, we saw Zeta die to the orb. Unfortunate. They're fleeing if you shoot the portal a little bit too high, then you hit the ceiling. If you shoot it too low, then you don't make it. So, there's a pretty decent range, but it is very easy to miss it too. It does not get ABH over gear that time. Instead, has to go for the normal jump through the portal. Very convenient level geometry. Although
Lambo does get it.
Which I don't think quite puts him to lead. The timer's not being in sync makes it a little bit harder, but...
Yeah, he's about 5 seconds behind, or even more maybe.
Yeah. That is definitely nice for him.
You know, if he gets door launch...
That is true. Door launch is the great equalizer.
Yeah.
Lambo not having any trouble with 09 this time. We can always see door launch. I don't remember. I don't think so, actually.
I saw him do that once.
He might have.
Hello again. To reiterate.
Zeta going for it again.
Oh,
does get it, and that's the fast one.
That's a fast one. Doesn't hit the elevator, like the top of it.
There we go, Zeta pulling ahead for sure. Lambo not actually getting the speed he needs. Lambo having a lot of trouble with just the normal 10.
Yeah, sometimes that 10, that fling just really cucks you.
There he goes. Zeta with a very good 10, obviously getting that door launch. Is what you want to see.
Yeah, save maybe like 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
5, 6, yeah. That was a really good one. That is definitely going to be annoying for Lambo after catch up again, especially after that 10. This could definitely, that could have secured Zeta's place in Grand Finals. And remember, Grand Finals, whoever is in the winner's side of Grand Finals only has to win 1 set, whereas whoever's coming from losers has to win 2.
And it's best of 5, so...
And it's best of 5, yep. So, a pretty big advantage to whoever's coming from winners, for sure. That can make for a very long set, but a very exciting one.
Long time. If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you.
Let's see if Zeta can have a better 14 than the last run. Hopefully. It'd be hard to have a worse 14.
No.
Although, this might be start to have a worse 14. Does get reported this time.
All subjects intending to handle high energy gamma leaping.
It's the thing where you place the portal as you're going through it, and it closes while you're in it, and it pushes you out. It gives you a bit of extra speed.
No further compliance.
Yep, it's more noticeable in Portal 2, especially due to the instant portal travel, but it is still a thing in this game.
That's also how you peek in Portal 2, because peeking is weird.
Yeah, for sure.
And those were the only 2 facts about Portal 2 I know.
I can name more, but this isn't a Portal 2 tournament. Zeta barely makes it onto that platform, just on the edge.
Has to channel his inner icy.
And Lambo gets it as well.
Not quite as clean.
Fairly close. Lambo could definitely still take it. And Zeta isn't the
all it takes is a bad 19.
For sure, a bad 16.
Oh yeah.
I've seen many tournament runs die to 16.
I've seen a lot of runs die to
a lot of runs in general.
Double ag as well.
Double ag, AAGs. A lot of things. Soft locking, EO2.
Not knowing what to do.
Zeta gets a good 16 though, first try.
Oh, is Lambo gonna make it in?
Lambo does make it in.
Just about.
Zeta had a bit of trouble getting his turret here. Let's see. Does get it better this time. He got first try BSG though. And again, first try BSG.
What a gamer. This is what you want to see.
For sure. Definitely want to maintain his lead.
Oh, Lambo first try on the BSG as well.
Lambo not wanting to widen this gap, wanting to keep it as close as he can. Zeta ahead of his splits while Lambo's behind.
Well, there's also about 30 seconds or something, 20 seconds between them. So, yeah. 20 seconds.
Something like that. If you want to look at whenever elevator doors open, that's usually a good way to judge it.
Yeah, and the load times when it pauses.
Yep. So Zeta with a good 18 again.
So it looks like Lambo's actually 15 seconds behind.
Something like that, yeah, sounds about right.
I was looking at the load, the save load and the save glitch.
Well then, 19. Anything could change in 19. First lag is usually pretty easy for most runners, at their level especially.
It's easy for you to say.
I'm bad at 19. At their level, usually lockness isn't too hard, the first lag. Although, they're not getting save glitched here. Just get it this time. It's the second lag though, that's extremely precise, it causes trouble. Way too far down to the right. Corrects it and it makes it in. Second try for Zeta.
The community goal for 19 is 12.6 seconds.
Yeah, who's it by? I don't know who has that gold.
It's Jonah, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Probably. So on the screen, both players are at the same part, although Zeta is a bit ahead Although, maybe not, actually. I think they're actually about... I think Lambo might be ahead. 10:09 going into low trigger. Yeah, Lambo's ahead by a few seconds. Anything can happen still with AAGs, but this could be Lambo's game. We could be seeing game 3. Even after door launch.
What a comeback.
What a comeback.
This is what
Lambo
you like to
obviously
see.
very consistent. Exactly this is what we like to see. A good game 3. Although,
It's even further
AAGs
ahead
are
now.
still coming. Yeah. They're having trouble with EO1. Not finding his lineups where he wants them.
I think that's going out of bounds. Oh no, it isn't.
No, but that's not exactly where he wants to be.
But this is where he lost the run.
Yeah, that's... Yep, Lambo got his AAGs. That's the run. Even if he soft locks, he has time to reload a save and redo this. As Zeta just starts EO2. Lambo's finishing up.
Neo 2 is about 40 seconds.
Yep. Most of that being the GLaDOS fight. Lambo with an 11:11, a very good time for sure. I believe, isn't that better than Zeta's PB? Isn't Zeta's PB in 11:16?
11:16, so it is better than his PB.
Yeah. Zeta with an 11... Oh, Zeta didn't finish it. I was reading the chat. So I know what Zeta got. But Lambo does take game 2. I would say convincingly, although it was only convincing in the end. It was Zeta's game for a while.
So I'm gonna give him the +1. I mean, this is what you want to see in the finals.
Yes, this is... Remember, this is winners finals. The winner of this goes on to grand finals, and the loser goes into losers finals. Zeta's PB is 11:08.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's out of date PB on SRC. This is why I got to upload times to SRC, SMH. We have one more game in this set before you know the winner.
This is getting exciting. Now that we've now that it's 1-1, we're going to game 3. Remember to stay hydrated.
Of course. Always stay hydrated. Always support your speed friends too.
Always have your candy with you.
No candy with you?
I've always got candy with me.
What kind of candy?
Oh god. I don't even know how to translate this, man.
It's pretty loud candy.
I have a very loud mic.
Then who's ready for 57 more seconds of vault?
I am.
I am too. I feel like chat's
Right.
judging me. I want to know how many players don't break the cup, because I feel like everyone breaks the mug. Even with vault save, you will break the mug.
Well, yeah. Well, not every time. That depends. I just grab something and throw it. But in the tourney races, I always put the radio into the bed when it closes.
It's always funny when people who use vault save and go for EOO or OO BSG when they grab the wrong thing after reload. It's very easy to just grab like the clipboard, to grab like the mug or something off the table instead of the radio, and then you don't have a whole lot of time to grab the radio again. So some players just reload after they grab the wrong thing. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, the vault is the biggest run killer, isn't it?
I'm not doing the interview in Argentinian. Zeta's been on point with these BSGs, as well as Lambo has had his fair share of trouble.
It's not even doing the cube burn.
Anymore after game 1, yeah. So you see Zeta about a second ahead, a couple seconds ahead actually, because cube throw. Although his timer is significantly behind.
I remember this one game where Jonah missed the cube throw like twice and still got a PB. And then
German is a gamer.
after that, he got his first sub 11.
Zeta
Off
missed the
camera.
radio. Had to reload. Lambo does get his BSG first try that time. Although Zeta actually has to reload back to here because he doesn't get
Oh,
BSG
God.
in time.
Okay, I'm being asked to speak German in the commentary. I don't think I will do that.
It'll be hard for me to commentate with you, as I do not speak German.
Yeah, the German commentator is asking me. But why? Alright, we're getting to the end of Vault 2.0. It finally
Exactly.
opens.
It's kind of like a meme about O2 skip, the cutscene skip.
Yeah. Out of bounds only.
See Lambo get the upshot again.
Unless you can, you know, find a way to make item safe glitch not slow, and then you can clip through the glass.
Lambo failing upshot once. So far he's done that every time. Failing it twice to see if he goes for it a third time. He certainly does, and does get it that time. The weird thing about upshot is it's faster because it saves one Pika portal, but it does require you to move your camera for Pika portals, whereas the normal shot Zeta does. You can see he's able to keep the camera in the same spot if he gets inbounds. This is an inbounds run to not go out of bounds, Zeta.
Literally cheating, ban him.
He's able to keep his camera in a pretty similar spot for all three of those.
But listen, no, I'm not gonna speak fucking German.
Lambo 4.
Are you listening to me? Sammy? You're supposed to be doing commentary, you know.
I think he wasn't able to. I think they didn't put it on. Unfortunate.
It's always the same with those people.
As part of a required test protocol.
The one time I was trying to do German commentary and it took them half an hour to get a restream bot.
Chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth.
You see, I didn't see what the time. See what time Lambo's timer stops at for the load. So I know what the time difference is. 350. Let's see what Zeta's stops at.
More than that.
More than that. Not too much more than that though. Gonna be saving the 1 second here from save glitch.
Permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful.
So Zeta about 10 seconds behind. And Lambo got a good 06, so Zeta barely makes it on. Doesn't get the jump, actually walks forward and does strafe.
Yeah, you can do that jumpless.
Yeah. It's not too difficult, but definitely requires some good strafing. And he did have some forward speed going into it, it seems, so not horrible.
But it's gonna take some miracles for Zeta to pull ahead now.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an uphill battle with Lambo playing well.
Lambo is the speedier gamer.
Going by PB for sure.
Yeah.
Well, going by last race.
But
Lambo did beat Zeta, even though Zeta got a really good door launch.
And they beat the first try. Did he?
No, not last game. He got Lambo on a fairly good run right now, though. Zeta, not so much. Lambo's splits are more in the red, it seems, but Lambo's also comparing against his better PB. Lambo pretty far in the lead, though. Let's see if he can get a door launch of his own. Zeta not quite getting the portal where he wants. Does get a door launch, but a very bad one. Just a tiny bit off. A little bit better would have gotten him into the elevator. I don't know, maybe if Zeta gets the door launch, he can help him at least catch up a little bit. He's gonna need something. Gonna need a very good run in for Lambo to screw up, which is currently not looking like Lambo's he's about to screw up anytime soon.
Yeah, it's gonna take some calamities for Zeta to win.
That physically hurt me.
The device is now more
Same.
valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in
Subject hometown.
This actually hurt painful.
I know, but I have to do that. I have to do that every time I commentate. I have to make that joke.
Do you have to?
Yes.
Zeta's portal is way too far over and didn't get save glitch there.
You can't tell them what to do.
I mean, you're right. I can request though.
You know, we could see a meme where Lambo's game just randomly crashes.
That would be unfortunate.
Like doing the second AAG, it just crashes.
Zeta's certainly going for speed, trying to catch up, save as much time as possibly can. Like Lambo does the one shot to get to this early save glitch setup.
But I don't think he has the gold for this. Kona has.
Very good 15 though.
Yeah, good, better ending than the second run.
Mm-hmm. Making it harder for Zeta to catch up. Zeta's still trying though. Also, I like both their portal guns. I've definitely seen 16 screw over many runs. So we'll see. We've had some pretty good 16s though, so far this set. Love getting save glitch.
Oh, that's out of bounds.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that
Zeta with a not great ending.
is a real place where you will be
Going for backup and does make it.
The vital apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in 3, 2.
Nice backflip there from Lambo.
Lambo getting stuck on the portal. Lambo's turret not behaving.
You did it.
First try.
What is the with the first try?
Like they've gotten really good BSGs in 17 here.
More quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.
I don't think there's a whole lot Zeta can do at this point. Like, he has to hope Lambo screws up. There's not this much time save left, just from playing well.
The experiment is nearing
You can
its
see
Go out of bounds.
conclusion.
go out of bounds.
Just go fast. Just be him sushi.
Then there will be cake.
I don't know if I'm sushi good.
No, I'm sorry, be crisper.
There we go.
Well done.
The God Slayer.
Advise that the next test requires exposure to
Was that out of bounds there on Zeta's screen, Adam?
dangerous
It might have been.
conditions.
I didn't see. I was watching Lambo. Zeta having a lot more trouble with BSG this time. After we just complimented their BSGs in 17.
Yes, a commentator's
Everything
curse.
is wrong.
Commentator's curse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lambo's got this easy, right?
It definitely seems that way. I mean, 19 is definitely still a thing, but it does seem unlikely for him to screw it up that bad at this point. He's built quite a lead for himself. After Zeta had a very good game 1 and 2 with two 11:37s, which are pretty solid time.
Did he get 37 both times?
Pretty sure he did, yeah.
Wow. Talk about consistency.
Right? Lambo's last portal a little bit too high, but good enough. Doesn't fly out of bounds or anything. Heading into EO1. Well, Zeta just finishing up 18. Pretty big gap here.
Yeah.
Definitely the biggest gap we've seen by far.
You're not a good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here.
Lambo didn't look very confident in that shot, but he did get it.
Hear me?
And gets right to the little trigger, what you want to see. Let's hop down a little bit,
Has to walk, yeah.
but loses like a second or so. Not too bad. Not too far. Just not good door troll to see.
At this point, I want to say if any of you in the audience are interested in running this game, there is a Discord you can join, and there's a Google Doc with guides for inbounds and out of bounds.
Very helpful guide, yeah.
Everything you need to know.
Videos, yep. Very helpful information. Great community, mostly. There's Calamity, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Most of the community is okay. And then we have Lambo, who's going to get a sub 11.
Oh dear. What a gamer.
10:55:50.
What a way to win that game.
Honestly, what a way to win that game. Pretty solid. There's only been a couple sub-11s in tournament.
Getting the +1 and the done button on Lambo's side.
You're not a good person. You know
Zeta still finishing up EO1. Not much of the game left, but by far the biggest gap we had. So this does mean that we have Lambo moving on into the winner's side of Grand Finals
you know that, right?
to face whoever comes out of the loser's bracket.
Don't end up here.
Which so far, hey Lambo,
Hey Lambo.
Gamers,
congratulations.
thanks.
That last round was epic, man.
Sub-11, yeah.
I
Only
kinda
been a
thought I
couple
was
of
gonna
sub-11s.
PB near the end.
You have time save near the end in your PB.
Well, I don't know. I just wasn't looking at my timer, so I kind of thought I was gonna PB.
Yeah, you're pretty close. You're like a few seconds off.
Yeah, 3 seconds, no?
Like I think if you didn't get that 10, you probably would have.
You found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior,
With your Zeta trying to ride the turret. Oh god, gets it though.
Having a bit of trouble. He's gonna finish though pretty soon. So Lambo, how do you feel about those 3 runs?
I don't really want to talk about the first one. It was a
Understandable.
warm-up. It was my warm-up game, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And the second one was just pretty decent. And then that last one was pretty good.
The first one I feel like had a pretty good late game. Like you lost a lot of time early game, but then caught up way more than I thought you would.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just glad it was sub 12.
All 3 years sub 12, and that last one sub 11.
I've only
very
had
solid.
one run that wasn't sub 12 in the tournament, and it was like 12.5, 0.005.
Looks like we're
Yeah.
not gonna get Zeta. His mic is broken.
Oh, rip.
So I'll say GG's to Zeta from here.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention was the 17 button safe glitch. It was like first try on like nearly all
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with that.
Also, thought it was funny you didn't go for the 05 save glitch, the one at the end of 05 into 06.
I haven't even practiced it yet. Like, I know I made the tutorial video.
Yeah,
Zeta did
Zeta
it.
went for it.
Nice.
Oh, I don't think Zeta got the fast cycle for the orb once. I think he missed it all 3
Oh.
times.
Rip.
But
Very,
yeah,
very,
third run he didn't even get the safe glitch.
very unfortunate.
Right, I'm getting really spammed on Discord right now to give a shout out to all the German fans who didn't get their stream.
So Lambo, you were sitting on the winner's side of Grand Finals. And then you're going to be playing, based on who's left, you're going to be playing Goodigo, Shazal, M-Sushi, or Zeta.
Yep. Probably Zeta again. TBH.
You counting out M-Sushi? M-Sushi, the Celeste runner, doesn't even play this game.
Yeah, I know. SMH.
SMH, honestly. There's definitely a few contenders in there, though, to take a loser's bracket. And then you being a winners do have a set advantage,
Nice.
which is going to be huge. It means whoever's in losers has to win 2 sets in a row.
If the bracket would update, then I could see who won the predictions game. It's definitely not Lambo.
I was winning, but because I had
Yeah,
the final correct, but probably not anymore.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
saying that you're going to throw, so your predictions were right.
Honestly, I kind of thought I was like subconsciously
Subconsciously throwing to get the thing, yeah.
Predictions are way more important than actually winning the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a pretty good race. It was a really close game 3. Although game 3 was not great, but game 2 was really exciting. So I don't think there's actually speed game is actually pretty empty today. I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern there is a Dutch Mario 64 70 star race, and then nothing until 9 p.m. Eastern. There's Super Metroid and Link to the Past randomizer, which will be fun. So yeah, make sure to check out Speed Gaming. Make sure to check out the rest of the Portal tournament. There's not much left. Check out both our runners. Check out the first link there in the commentary.
Don't check out the second one. There's nothing there.
No, nothing there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And have a good rest of your week.
See ya.
Yeah.
See you into Lambo.
Bye bye, YouTube.